Hi, welcome to AFTV. I got Nick with me. We've just beaten Arsenal 6-0 at the Emirates. Nick, do you think this stage of the Champions League will be this easy for Arsenal?
No, I didn't. But, you know, it is what it is. You have to beat the team that's in front of you.
Yep.
You know, when we started this project, when we started this process, you know, when we were 8th, people were laughing at us, and people were always going to be an Arsenal fan means that you're going to encounter hate.
Facts.
Everywhere that you look. You know, if we don't beat City, we're bottlers. If we beat City, it's luck, it's a fluke. You know, there's plenty of people that have come up against teams of Lonza's quality or similar quality, and they haven't put them away 6-0. We lost to them. Everyone is laughing. You guys are trash. We beat them 6-0. Why are you guys getting gassed?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, you know, but that's what it is to be an Arsenal fan, and we hold ourselves to high standards, and that's what we saw tonight.
Okay, what do you take from it? I've asked a few people this for, today. As a fan, what are you taking from it? Do you look into that whole, it's Arsenal, chill out, or is it, you know, like you just mentioned at the beginning there, you got to beat what's in front of you? What do you take from it as a fan? There might even be more than that.
What I take from it is that we've shown already this season we can grind up results. That's one style of play that's really important, to have that type of concentration mentality. Then we've shown that if you give us opportunities as well, like last season, we can be ruthless. And we need to tap into both. There's games, and what we need to do is have the intelligence within the team, within our leadership, that's Rice and Ødegaard and these players, to look up and say, okay, what kind of game is this? Is this a patient, grind it out game? Is this a ruthless game? You know, we've played lots of games where we're struggling to find that gap. We're struggling to find that final pass. And that's why a lot of the goals were so important. They're goals to gain confidence. Once we saw Havertz score his goal, then we're seeing skills and flicks and step overs and body feints and things that we haven't seen from him in an Arsenal shirt. So this game is really to build confidence, and it's all about how we translate the confidence we've got now into next game.
Okay, let's go to the players that are kind of under the radar today. Let's talk about Rice, because I know you're a fan of Declan Rice, and today, listen, he does what he does. It's always eights or sevens minimum for Declan Rice. But you mentioned, I think just before we started rolling for these fan cams, about, you know, his availability has been, I don't want to jinx it, but been phenomenal, and has kicked into that as well. Here
yeah, I mean, we won't jinx it. I'll just state facts. The facts of the matter is he's played 50 games last season for West Ham, and he played 50 games the season before that for West Ham as well. So he has a good record of availability, like you say. That doesn't mean he's impenetrable and nothing can happen, but those are players that you can build a team around. Since we've got Thomas Partey in, who's a phenomenal player on his day, but since we got him in, we haven't really been able to build a team around him or depend on him. And those are the types of players that we need in the team. Ødegaard, similarly, very rarely injured, very, very reliable. And so we want players that we can build a team around. And then, you know, then we have the basic framework in place to, like I just said about the leaders, they're the guys who are going to go to some of the less experienced players. They're going to look at these guys and say, what kind of game is it? You dictate the game to us, and we'll follow your lead.
Yeah, just on the end of the game, I was talking about this. Arteta's reaction seemed quite stoic or focused or annoyed, however you want to look at it. But what do you think that's down to? Do you think that's down to what some people say online about fans leaving early? I don't buy into that. But what do you think it might be?
I think it's a couple of things. You know, I'm on the live stream with you guys. I'm on the information station. I'm looking at the comments. I'm looking at Twitter. I'm gathering stats. And I think it's not frustration from his perspective. But when I talk about frustration, you know, he knows he's going to get attacked regardless. You know, he knows he's going to get attacked regardless. If he celebrates, we've all seen now Tottenham lost 3 games back to back to back. We've seen clips of how they were celebrating after their 3rd win of the victory of the season. We go and celebrate and do something big, guess what? He gets criticised. Yeah. If he's really stoic and says, you know, well played, guys, guess what? He gets criticised. So he's done with it. You know, if he criticises a referee, it's a problem. If he doesn't criticise a referee, oh, he's being sarcastic, that's a problem. You know, so from his perspective, listen, we won the game 6-0. Let's take it into the next game. Let's keep the momentum. And his brain's already ticking about how he takes that momentum and deploys that confidence into the next game. We're through. Who are we going to get next? Let's get the draw. Let's keep winning. Simple as that.
Nice. You see Arsenal really kicking on and going through this December run of fixtures quite comfortably, or is that a big ask, because there is some tough games in there?
It's going to be tough. Like I said, you know, this is the European football and Premier League football is so different. You know, with free flowing and scoring in Europe, and we're much more structured. We're defensively responsible, as Laurie would say, in the Premier League and in Europe as well. But specifically in the Premier League, we start defense first. That's what we need. You know, when we think about, you know, a top City team, we think about Ruben Diaz, and we think about Liverpool's resurgence. We think it all started with Alisson Becker and Virgil van Dijk, and we're similar. You know, we have to we have to be strong on both ends of the pitch, and that's what it is for us to go and compete. And like I say, we have relied on moments so far this season in the Premier League, and what we need is as many players on that pitch as possible to provide us with moments. And for 100%. A long time, Kai Havertz has seemed like someone that can't really provide us with moments, and then he gave us a moment last weekend. He's given us another moment here. Trossard can give us moments. Jesus can give us moments. And so we put all of those moments together, we have a successful season.
I like that. Put the moments together and we have a successful season. I do like that. To finish up, do you agree with the player of the match that was Jesus given by TNT? And then who was your goal, your favourite goal at the six?
Ødegaard's goal, because I'm looking at goals, I'm still thinking about the whole season as an overall picture. I can't just separate the goal that's the most aesthetic. And I think that the goal, Saka getting down the line, cutting in, creating space, the fullback overlaps, cuts it across, Ødegaard finish. This is prime. This is Arteta ball. This is what we want to see. This is what we've been lacking. So that's my favourite goal, because it's great to see Tomiyasu playing at his top potential, and it's great to see Ødegaard scoring again after his top scoring season last season. Yep. So it's good to see that again. So that's my favourite goal, because that's something we can create again and again and again. The defensive mistakes of Lens, we can't recreate that every week, but we can recreate that same goal week after week. And Gabby Jesus, listen, I looked at his heat map again. I was on the information station. The guy's everywhere. He's dropping back and he's making tackles. He's getting assists. He's getting stuck in.
Yeah, he's picking up the
he
ball
might
from
pick
deep,
up picking up the ball from deep. He's setting plays. He's setting screens. He's doing so many different things. Like a lot of the ugly work, and he's very self-aware of his ability. He said in the interview, obviously, goal scoring is not not his forte, but it doesn't matter. We always knew when we signed him, we weren't signing a 40-goal-a-year striker. We knew that. Arteta knew that. Everybody knows that. But actually, we've got so many players around him that can score goals. It shouldn't matter. And if it really comes to it, we've got the January transfer window to go in and potentially look at a striker as well. So all of the pieces are there for it to be successful, but everybody's got to be on fire. So that's what this game does for us. It's just the confidence.